Hello there, welcome back to more Hand of Fate. Curses today, Corrupted Soul. Minus 10 max health whenever I gain a new curse. That kind of sucks. And weak wrists, performing a prone finisher inflicts 5 damage to the player. Not entirely sure what that means, but let's get going.
For your flesh.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is chop up this video. This will be a whole bunch of little snippets of tokens that I get and new cards that I'm showing, along with all the failures I had during this run.
Back of it. A curse. We can only hope.
Well, this run is going awesome right away. One day while traveling through a forest, you come across a man hanging by his ankle. You inquire about his current predicament, but he explains that he doesn't want any help. I have accepted the destiny that fate has decreed for me, just like you should accept yours. The Apprentice.
And a wizard.
One day you happen upon a young wizard practicing his magic in the forest. He greets you with a friendly manner and beckons you closer. Since we have been forced to leave our sacred tower, we must make our own way in this world. For a small fee, I could transport you to a destination in a faraway land. You handed... Well, I don't have food, but it's gold, I guess. You handed over the food, and the wizard prepares himself for casting. Okay. The young wizard waves his wand, saying, "Don't worry, I'm almost always successful in transporting myself to other places. Luggage is a little trickier." After arriving at your destination, you continue your journey. The Lizard Dome.
Few have seen the homelands of the lizard men.
I'm almost out of
You will
food.
still survive the experience.
One night you're captured by lizard men and brought before their king. You are stripped of your equipment and must choose an opponent to fight in their underground arena. Choose a card to keep. I'm supposed to fight these guys with no equipment? This is like impossible. Shit. I'm gonna die here. Shit. Do I give up? Never. Didn't matter. Well, that was inevitable. Well, we got one token from that apprentice.
More power for you.
Meet the Highbinder.
A challenge for you. And a token.
Your meet is arranged to happen by the cliffs outside Norwich. However, when you arrive, you are greeted only by the icy cold embrace of the sea breeze. Just as you're wondering if you've been swindled, a young street urchin comes rushing towards you. He hands you a note before disappearing down the cliff face with a speed and grace you would not dare to match. The note is from the Highbinder. Paranoia is always well founded. There is a kraken attacking the ships that are leaving Norwich, and the local smugglers are keen that nobody hears their services are at risk. I'm sorry that we couldn't meet in person, but I do detest violence, especially when it may happen to me. By the time you stuff the note into your pocket, you can already hear the approaching rabble. We don't like nobody sticking their noses in where it don't belong. That includes you and that sneaky git that were here before. With the pursuers defeated, you plan to return to Carlo to give him the bad news regarding the Kraken. In your dreams, you're summoned, blah blah blah. Do I get to pick which two? Nope.
Now, for Or did I rush you?
Fire in the deep. This is
pushing
new.
you into the plague before you were prepared?
Veterans of the old war spin tales of
The
our...
very embodiment of the earth.
This might be bad.
For some people, that is home and hearth.
In a cave system dark and deep, you stumble upon some strange flaming creatures surrounding an old man. They turn to face you as the old man cringes in terror. Well, of course we're going to attack the creatures. Hopefully we don't die, but... Lava golem. To gain. Thank you, stranger, the old man says. I've traveled these tunnels for years, but haven't seen lava golems this close to the surface since I was a boy. Now that you've slain this lot, that one, I hope the rest of their kind learn to stay underground where the king exiled them. Cool.
Again, a token is at stake.
Great news, Mr. Lionel declares excitedly, bursting from the back of a wagon as it passes you along a well-trodden path through a sunny meadow. One of the Goblin King's sons has decided to challenge the old fool for his position as ruler of our people. Under Goblin law, he can legally take his father's place if he can beat him in single combat. But the king, crafty slug that he is, has hidden the crown in the treasure vaults. Without the crown, the leadership cannot be resolved. There must be chaos in the capital. Sure, we'll ask about the capital. Oh, Goblin Town is hidden away in an enormous cavern under one of the human cities. You wouldn't believe which one, even if I told you. It's full of thieves, you know. No point visiting unless you have business with the king or his family. Anyway, the point is, the crown is in one of the treasure vaults. If we can find it, then I can use it to blackmail the king and letting me back into the city. Well, let's find a vault. That's the spirit, Lionel says, gleefully rubbing his hands together. That crown is going to get me back to my rightful place. You lead the way this time. Hours later, you stand staring through the doorway into another vault. Good luck, my friend, Lionel says, giving you a reassuring pat on the arm. Find the treasure chest. The crown must be in there. You pause for a moment, wondering if that was the voice you heard echoing between the traps. Lionel gives you a helpful kick in the rear, sending you through the doorway. We made it, but was it worth it? Outside, you meet up with Mr. Lionel again. Did you get it? He asks excitedly. Quickly, you must have it. You hold out the goblin crown, an ugly wooden thing embedded with large gems, for his inspection. The crown, my ticket home at last. Just as he reaches out to take the crown, a trio of goblins appears from the treasure vault, one of them saying, I'm telling you, there was a human down here. The goblins stop dead and stare at you. Look, one of them screams, he's taken the king's crown. You turn back to discover that Mr. Lionel is nowhere to be seen. Stop, thief, one of the goblins' guards yells as another goblin blows on his horn and a magic portal appears. More goblins begin to arrive, all yelling and pointing in your direction. Get him, yells one. Seize him, yells another. You're the king's favorite. You seize him. You decide to leave before the increasing number of goblin guards bolsters their courage enough to compel them into action. We got the token. The Lich.
There are so many ways to hang on to just one more moment of life. But at what price?
In the ruins of an old temple, you feel the presence of something evil and unnatural. Do we risk it when we're so low on health? Yes. Hopefully it's just the one guy, just like that lava golem. Nope, it's not. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, crap. That's bad. I knew that was gonna happen. Fuck this.
Embrace of death, and the first stuttering steps of new life.
But we're advancing nonetheless, even if it doesn't feel like it. Jeez. This is new, since that
As you plunder the secrets of your memories,
last thing.
you'll gain new
One night you
powers.
awaken to find your
Some wish
belongings
left
being
untouched.
rifled through by goblins. As soon as they notice you stirring, they run away. They've stolen some of your food and gold. Awesome start. Oh, I get to try and kill them to get it back, I think. 2 of goblins. Unsure if I got all my stuff back or not. As you prepare to continue your journey, you notice a small figure hiding in the shadows nearby. You pounce on the creature and drag it into the light. "Hello, my boy. What a coincidence meeting you here," Mr. Lionel exclaims sheepishly, having a spot of goblin trouble. Mr. Lionel gives a deep sigh, sits back down, and says, "Well, funny thing, really. I wanted the crown to blackmail my way back into the city, but it turns out that this way is much better." He goes on to explain how, after learning that a brazen human thief had dared to raid the Goblin King's own treasure vault, stealing the king's crown no less, he sent word to the king that he could help get it back in exchange for ending his exile. All I had to do was agree to help his guards find you, and he revoked my banishment. While the crown remains stolen, he can continue to rule by default. He needs
It has
me
been
to help
called the game
him
of
make sure
eternity
nobody else
that we
gets it
play.
first.
I didn't think
I
that
suppose
meant it'd take
he'll
forever
keep...
to make a decision
Shut up,
of
I'm
mine.
reading. I suppose he'll keep trying to find the crown, but I'm sure you can deal with his lackeys, eh, lad? Mr. Lionel produces a horn from an inner pocket, plays a quick, sharp note, and a magical portal appears behind him. "Don't let this world get you down, friend. You know when luck will go. You never know when luck will go your way." With that, he grabs his toes, rolls backwards into the portal, and vanishes.
Let us stake a token.
You discover another of the Goblin King's treasure vaults. Will you try your luck at plundering his wealth once more? Yep. Food wagon, this could be helpful.
Violence and destruction everywhere. Is this the
You
way
come
the
across a
world
broken down wagon laden with food, its owner nowhere in sight. Sure, we'll offer help. "Oh, thank God you're here." A merchant leaps out of the bushes. "Some bandits attacked my cart and I hid in the trees. Please accept this food as thanks." As he hands over some food, the merchant explains that he was on his way to a distant trading post and that as a result of his troubles, his food delivery will be delayed. And the token? Thank you. Yay, we made it this time. You catch the edge of the pit with a firm grasp and manage to haul yourself onto solid ground. In front of you stands a grizzled veteran hunter, adorned with many trophies from his kills. He moves with calm assurance, but his gaze pierces you like a dagger. "I am impressed that you escaped my trap. In fairness, it was not designed for one such as you, but someone more substantial. Having spent so many years in the role of hunter, it is unusual to find myself as prey. Let us share a drink at the tavern, where we can converse as men instead of tracking each other's footprints like beasts." Cool.
And us men and women merely
This is new.
players.
Stranger in the
I alone do
shadows.
not play. I
On a dark,
maintain
moonless
the
night, down a lonely
You
road,
have
you encounter a
choices,
hooded stranger.
I have
"Greetings, friend.
predestination.
I am in need of some
Your
sustenance.
choices, though, are million
Would you willingly
ways
offer some of your vigor in
shall
exchange for
reign.
gold?" Sure. The stranger moves with unnatural speed to grasp you firmly and bite at your throat. After a few seconds, he releases you. I expected that. Thank you, he says, handing you some gold as you regain your composure. 2 gold, really? I am not yet sated. Would you like to earn more gold? Sure. Do I gain more than 2 gold? Mortal, you seem unusually willing to give up your blood for material gain. The stranger goes on to tell you a tale of secret blood auctions and where they may be found.
It's for us to play with. This token.
This damn challenge is sucky.
Defeat this encounter.
More news from our friend the Highbinder. He appears to feel guilty about the bandits that jumped you back in Norwich. I'm sure if he'd seen you, he'd know that there's no need for guilt. He brings word of a cult of lizardmen who worship the Kraken as a watery deity of their kind. A disturbing thought, I know. Head out to the swamps and see if they can tell us anything about the Kraken. And be bloody careful, these days you are 100% in my client. You are 100% of my clientele. Alright.
There's a token in it.
The landlocked lubber is a hive of activity when you return, the sounds of boisterous drinking and frivolity echoing throughout. You make your way to the bar to find Carlo, who seems displeased with this upturn in business. You fear the news from the Highbinder will not improve his mood. But I just talked to him, that's weird. After hearing your news, he says, "Dark times indeed, my friend. Not only is that foul beast back in our waters, but I fear that not all of my patrons this night are here for my generous hospitality. I'll wager we've got more bandits and brigands in here than the Bilgewater Stockade. I hope you've got your fighting boots on."
That is what it means to be.
Well, this guy's gonna kill me.
Return even after.
Wow. We live to fight another day. Once the fighting inside has stopped, you start to think about repairing the damage. Just as you attempt to right the first table, a voice booms from outside. You've meddled with affairs that are beyond your remit. The Norwich docks are under mage council protection, and whatever is happening to our ships is wholly our concern. Alright, this is just not going to happen. We're aware of the owner's obsession with the Kraken, and there's clearly no point in asking you to cease your disruptions. You and your ramshackle tavern shall burn in our righteous fire.
Poor
Are you
Jack.
kidding me?
His place is so much lower than ours. He merely repeats the same motions over and over, incapable of change.
Yep, there it is. Fuck this damn thing.